Being that it's Valentine's Day coming up, I want to ask anyone, does anyone have special plans?
I spend a lot of time by myself. I know exactly how I like things.
How I like
It's going to be a great day. I'm going to take myself out to dinner. I know I'm going to get late. Fantastic.
Welcome back to the Blunt Lab. I'm Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Rick, Sean, and we are joined by my sisters Tamara, Shirley, and our sister Dice. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, ladies.
Yes, welcome back.
Thank you.
And welcome, Dice.
Welcome, Dice.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, this here is, I guess, somewhat a Valentine's Day edition, if you want to call it that, if you will.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Let's start off. Oh, I don't know. I didn't spin this video to play first, then. Well, just rotate them first one. We'll go with it.
People want to know, can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
Impossible. You cannot. Marriage is a business. When you get married, you commit your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and your pocketbook, your savings, your estate, your wealth. You commit that to that person you're married to. See, when you marry, you don't marry an individual. You marry into a race. You marry into a community. So I didn't marry a Jewish woman. I married into Jewish society. I didn't marry an Asian woman. I married into an Asian family. There's no way you can claim to love black people, especially as a black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest female marriage rate in the country, 25%. That means 75% of black women will never, ever know what it feels like to be proposed to. And if you care about the black community, you got to care about saving the black family, because the family is the essential institution of a community. And the only way you can save a family is to build a family. You can only build a family with a black woman. Absolutely not. You cannot talk black and sleep white. And why would the original man want a member of the race that enslaved and dehumanized you to carry your seed? Why would I, after the rape and the lynching and the slavery and the Willie Lynch and the Jim Crow and the police brutality and the economic apartheid and the gentrification and the AIDS and the Ebola, the West Nile, the COVID, the genetics, the eugenics, why would I want to take my original seed, God's seed, and put it in a cave-dwelling organism? Why would I want to do that?
So, we'll start with you, Tammy.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Because it's always me.
No, I don't know. That was a lot. No, I don't necessarily agree with what he was saying. You could be pro-black and marry outside of your race. I mean, love is love. It doesn't matter who you love. White, black, Asian, South Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. You do marry into their family, into the community, but they also marry into yours. So they have to adapt to your culture as well. So I believe it goes both ways. That little ending part was a lot, though.
So would you marry outside your race?
I would, yes. I would. I don't discriminate.
And I definitely agree with Tamara, because at the end of the day, it's all about the connection. And if you meet someone that has all the qualities, you have good vibes, I don't see a problem in dating another race. The main important aspect is to be comfortable with who you're with, and you can still hold on to the culture that you have. When you have kids, you still have to teach them about your history, and it goes vice versa. The other can, express their history too, and it could just be a learning lesson. we can respect one another with different cultures. So that's just my take on things.
That's definitely the hope. Definitely the hope. But I'll say this before I let someone else continue. White and black women are the devil. I love Asian women.
I think you're a little biased.
So there's that.
So, guys, we're
I have to agree with the ladies on that, honestly. I mean, like, love is love. You can't really you can't put a color or a label on who you're going to fall in love with. A cultural background is important when it comes from the female and the male side of the family. It's important to keep those values and things that, you know, go with your family, that your grandparents did with you. You also want to do with your children. I don't know, I get the whole thing that he was saying at the end, like some cultures and some people, they don't believe in leaving your race. But also, could you imagine like how small-minded people would be if it had been like that this entire time? Like, we wouldn't be exposed to the other things that other cultures have to offer if we were just so set on one way.
definitely agree. Slip Rip.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I think I've pretty much expressed how I feel about that part of it, you know, on the show before. I'm proud of these kids to starting to see past a color barrier when it comes to that. You know, us older folks, cough, cough, kind of grew up in a time where the majority of our parents, regardless of our background, our grandparents, regardless of our background, weren't really cool with, you know, what do they call it? Race, cross race breeding or whatnot. I don't see it like that. I think we're coming together. We're joining together when it comes to a marriage and joining two communities, to word it that way. So yeah, you have to see beyond it. And you know, a lot of times we don't have a control over what we're attracted to, and our time in our life and what our experiences are going to influence that. You know what I mean? That it's kind of an open playing field as far as I am concerned. But I think we do need to be a little more proactive in getting rid of the stigma that going out of the race somehow demeans a relationship.
Agreed.
Amen.
Mucho.
I mean, I say I respect Dr. Umar. I think he's an intelligent brother. And I can agree with a lot of stuff he says. That in particular, no. I don't think it makes you any less pro of anything to date outside of the race. You know, like, I don't look at black people any less if I have a white girlfriend. I don't see it like that. So I agree with everybody up here. I think it's a short-sighted way to view things. I understand his point to a degree, but I definitely don't agree with it.
Right on. Brother Sean.
It's hard for me to say whether or not you do or do not love black people not being part of the black community if you don't date black women. But what I will say is, yeah, man, it comes in every color, every shape, every size. And most of the most beautiful relationships and the ones that make the most beautiful product as far as people goes are the ones that have something to offer from a couple different cultures, a couple different walks of life. As long as those walks of life and those cultures are then delivered onto that, and you can kind of explore that, like French Canadian, you know, like that's something that somebody's very, very proud of. You know, to be able to be proud of both of those cultures and where you come from is not a problem. That being said, I would say that if in fact you're worried about the things that this gentleman is worried about the, you know, the fall of the black race, because of the fact that there's that few people within that are going to be proposed to, that are going to be married as far as the females go and things of that nature, and you want to prolong that and you care about the activity and making sure that that culture stays relevant and stays active, I totally get that. I do too. But what you got to be careful of is when you start talking about that, you start also ebbing in towards racial purity, which is something that it's an extreme that we've always tried to be careful of, because there's a fine line between the one side and then what Hitler was doing with his racial purity. So I think that, you know, you got to be real careful when you start talking about racial purity, because it starts ebbing into racial superiority. So that's the only thing that I would urge. And again, I'm from the outside looking in. So I think it's just, you know, love is love, and we find it wherever. And I think it can be a bigger thing, like a kind of synergy if you find it, bring it together. Ask me.
So that means you've had a little jungle fever in your time, huh?
She got jungle fever.
Hey, man, listen, I don't. I walk some lines. I mean, I've gone through the. I have no problem with being open-minded.
Equal opportunity lover and hater.
All right, man. Equal opportunity, man. Everybody needs love.
Can I throw something in there real quick, Al, before you go?
Oh, absolutely. Never got time.
I celebrate it in a lot of ways because I try to look at it from this perspective. I have, obviously, as you guys know, my son is married to a black woman, okay? And they have a child together. And I think it's very important to me, to my granddaughter, for her to know both of the cultures that she comes from. You know what I mean? She has a really strong Irish background coming from our side. She has a very strong Jewish background coming from her grandmother's side. And then she has, African grandparents. So, I want her to know all of those cultures. I think it would be just very bigoted to try to shelter off one side or the other.
Yeah, and me, again, I like Dr. Umar. I respect everything, the man says. But in that, in this instance, not really. Especially considering my background consists of Haitian, Chinese, and Italian. So I have my pick of the litter. I'm not just going to stick to one fucking race. I told you, white and black women. Go Asian.
Asian with some boob.
Asian persuasion. Just. But no, seriously, yeah, I couldn't agree with you.
Do you think you talked yourself into that, or was it just like you just can't avoid it?
What's that?
Do you think do you think that particular attraction is something that you formulated, you thought over time, or do you think it just came natural from Jump Street? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. Well, all jokes aside, I mean, I like all women, dude. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. As long as she's right, it's all right. That's just what it is there. But roll next tape.
I don't care what any man ever tells you.
Through that.
The longer you make us wait for the cookie, the more we will value you after we get it. Do you understand me? Time does matter. With that being said, I want you to understand this. With that being said, if a man respects women, it doesn't matter how soon y'all did it. And if a man does not respect women, it don't matter how long you made him wait. Make sure you know how he feels about women, and there's no better way to find that out than to ask him how he feels about his mother. And the last point, Queen, don't make the mistake of so many sisters who look for men who they have something in common with, right? We both psychologists. We both watch the reality show. We both like to read. We both like the beach. That's superficial. You should be looking for whether or not y'all share the same values. He like to spend money. You like to save money. You want to have a lot of children. He don't want none. You believe in a relationship with God. He don't believe in God. You believe in saving for retirement. He wants to live for today. Study a man's values and make sure you can live with what he believes in. And the last thing, I know I said 3, but I'm going to give you this. You can never change a person. When you meet that man, Queen, ask yourself this and be honest with yourself. Can I live with him as he is if he never changed for the rest of my life? Never get married because you think it's going to make the problems go away. Marriage will only highlight and intensify the problems that are already there.
Yeah, man. Boss. How about you, Dice? Unless you get first take on it.
I mean, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to that video, not gonna lie. I just caught the end. But yeah, I'm not a good one to start with, Al.
We'll let you start, Rick.
Save me, husband.
So basically what he's getting at there is the value of making a man wait, get the booty, all right? And some of the things that come along with that. And I think his ultimate point, personally, that I take from it is this. It's simple. Whether or not a man respects women is going to determine whether or not he respects you. The longer you may make him wait or make him sort of like follow the Pepe Le Pew trail and whatnot, right? It's only just going to make him stick around longer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so obviously you want to make sure whoever you sleep with is someone that you can spend the rest of your life with. Not because necessarily you marry them, but this is what I mean. Anytime that you choose to have sex with someone or allow a man to have sex with you, have sex with a woman, etc., right? You're basically signing a potential deal that you're going to have to deal with this person forever. Could get pregnant. There could be like some sort of, I don't know, God forbid, a disease. You know what I mean? I've learned this before too. You could just have that dynamite dick or that golden pussy, and you can never get rid of that person no matter what. You could like move on and they can, or vice versa, that you could never get over that one, etc. Like I've had plenty of conversations with grown-ass men who will tell you, like, I got one at this particular juncture in my life that was just like fucking perfect in that department. And now anytime I'm with anyone else, that's what I'm trying to compare it to, and nothing compares to that. Will I ever be happy? You know, so back to his point on all of that, I think it's very important that when how long you wait to have intimate relations with a person needs to be organic as fuck. And rest assured, if you're like just trying to jump right into the sack with each other before you've gotten to know each other really personally, it's more than likely going to end up having problems. And I think that's kind of the point he's deriving to. Like, if you give it up right away, you're probably not going to get a lot of respect from that dude.
Surely.
Yeah, you bring up a valid point, Rick. I feel like as though when you meet someone and you give it up too quickly, sometimes the focus is just on the sexual aspect and you're not even getting a chance to really get to know the person. So that's why it's so important to just get to know the person, to see if that person is for you. And of course, the intimacy will come later on regardless. But then if you see that a person cut you off, then you clearly see why he left in the first place. So I believe that making him wait is really more so about more so respecting yourself, knowing what you want, and things will come into place once a guy sees that. But I feel like it's more for yourself.
Tammy?
Yeah, amen.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
All right. Nice.
I feel like, women nowadays are taking control of their sexuality and their sexual activities. So they're not shamed so much anymore about wanting to have sex just as much as men do. So if someone wants to have sex on the first date, you feel free. That's on you. That's you. You know that's what you're there for, only for that. But if you want something serious, then I feel that you have to make the person wait, because you need to know what their true intentions are to see that if it's only sex that they want or if they really want a deep relationship. So, it goes either way. The choice is on the woman. If that's what she wants, a deep relationship, she has to make him wait. If all she wants is sex too, because, women want sex too, more power to her.
I'm really glad you said that last part too.
No,
because
definitely.
That's the significant part that I guess I want to point out as you guys continue on. Women control the timer and the frequency and pretty much the liberality that occurs within the sex, unless you're just a very disrespectful dude. I know there's guys out there that try to push women past where they want to be. And honestly,
or an upside dude on the other side of things.
Sure. But it's very important to note that at this juncture in time, women control that. So it really is kind of on y'all.
Tell Bill Cosby that.
No, Bill Cosby's a sick motherfucker.
I mean, extenuating circumstances. But no, that's a really good point. I mean, nowadays it really is, especially with being as sexually liberated as we are. That kind of sets the tone. Like, what you're going to get out of a relationship given the time and the attention put in. And that's one sure way to do it, is to make somebody wait. And don't get me wrong, like, show interest. If we're on that first date, show interest. Let me know that you that you're interested, like play around, you know, and even if we get to a certain point, but it's not that point, I'm going to remain interested, and I'm still going to, your self-respect, or at least my knowledge of your self-respect, still remains intact. And for me, that's a big piece of the puzzle. Like if I'm trying to date you, if I'm trying to be with you ultimately, you need to have self-respect. And if you give that away too fast, yeah, that's cool. But you know that you've done that. You know that that's a relationship you've established. So you can't expect more than that. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But no, that's a really good point.
Marcus.
I don't know, man. I can only speak for myself when it comes to this. Like, I've dated women and slept with them really early, and I've had some where I've had to wait for weeks, months, whatever it is. It doesn't change my view of that woman, because I do respect women. So it's not gonna. It really just depends on the person. Just like Dr. Omar was saying, and this is a perfect example of what I was saying earlier. That he has a lot of views that I can totally get down with, but at the same time, I can't agree with everything he says. Now, as far as what everybody else is saying, as far as, you know, women do control that timer and how things are to go. But as Tammy was saying, like, everybody's kind of liberated these days. I'm not going to think any less of a woman if she decides to sleep with a guy the first night. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. We're all adults, you know? But I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not going to lose respect for an individual if we happen to do it right away or if we have to wait. Either way, that's cool. Because if I get it right away, shit, I'll probably be more interested. We're like, well, damn. That's what's up.
That was real nice.
Let's keep doing that. I like
real
that.
nice.
I want to know more. I want to know more. Like,
Give me more!
where is this going? You know. So I don't know. I just feel like it's just really about the individual, like he was saying. And if you respect women, if you have a good relationship with your mother, these kind of things, you know, these factors matter, man. It's like I said, I can only speak for myself. I'm not gonna change my value or respect for a woman depending on that situation. It just, if I don't respect the person, I just don't respect them. Like fucking them or not, that's not gonna change.
So you're saying that having sex with it doesn't really play as much of a respect role?
No,
I got you.
No, because that's a vibe, that's a feeling, you know. Like we're all adults, we all been there, like vibing with a person. It's like, shit, I didn't plan on this happening this way, but fuck it, we here, let's go.
Amen.
And then there's other times you're like, hey, it's not gonna happen right now, but like I'm interested enough to
where that's
not
still
even just about that.
Yeah,
like it's like, where else can this go, you know? So
that ain't off the table, but it's not prime target one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, question for you guys: how do you feel about body counts?
Okay, interesting question. It used to concern me a lot, like back in the day when I was younger. I don't know, man. When I was younger, it was kind of because, I don't know, I guess coming from the background that I came from, like I wanted kind of like the very pure, like I wanted to have where it was, you know, because I was kind of innocent too. So I didn't want to be the one that was like, oh, okay, well, I'm kind of innocent and you're not. Like it was kind of learning together. But I don't know, you get kind of, as time goes on, you realize that that's just, A, it's boring.
It's boring.
And then B, it's unrealistic. Like people have had experiences, people have gone through some things. And so you just I feel like you start becoming more accustomed to just, you know, accepting and being open-minded to where people have been and what they've done.
Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus.
Honestly, I want to keep it a buck. I don't usually want to ask because I don't really want to know.
That too.
Don't you want to know, bro?
No, it's not even like a negative though. It's like,
it's just why I bring it up.
Sean was saying, like, like, people have had experiences. Like, I'm not expecting you to like not have done anything, and part of me feels kind of weird if you're at a certain age and you've never done anything. It's like, why? And like, I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I might have cared, but like as I've gotten older, I don't really care about that.
Well, not only that, but once you open up that box and somebody starts talking about their past, it brings up other questions too. And then you start asking some stupid questions that you wouldn't normally ask. Like as a guy, you're kind of like, okay, well, okay, I gotta ask this and then you're like, why did I even ask that? Like, I shouldn't even be engaging in this. This is crazy.
Exactly. And you start comparing yourself to the past, and it's like,
yeah, like that's you don't want to start walking down that path, man.
That's a losing effort. So like,
yeah,
I don't think it's a big deal.
What you've been through is what brought you to me. Yeah, body count has never really been a thing for me. I will agree with Sean's point on when I was younger, it was different, and it should when you're at a young age. And what I mean by matter, though, is it's important to know who you're getting in bed with. I'm sorry. Like, I will always come back to that point. Like, Sean can tell you, I've never really been a whore. I've always been a relationship guy.
There was that one time.
There was that one time. No,
band
more
camp.
about because I take it real. I've been friends with a lot of women, and it's been more about like I can be attracted to a personality in ways that don't equate to sex real easy, and I can also be real turned off by, not understanding where you come from sexually speaking. So to that point, it's not really so much the body count, because a chick could have only been with 2 dudes, but banging every day, and some chick was with 5 dudes 6 times in her whole life. So just, it's more like, what's her decision making like?
Makes sense.
Sleeping with everyone she slept with,
respect,
and vice versa.
Does body count matter to you guys?
So, not really. Like, the past is the past. Can't really hold what somebody did before against them now. But I would say that when I hear my person talk about their body count, it makes me jealous, but not like, it makes me jealous, like, not like, oh, I'm mad at you, jealous, like I wish it was me there type thing instead of that person. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You like the stories of it?
Well, not necessarily the stories, but it's like, oh, well, okay, I'll just be honest. I haven't really been with a lot of people my whole life. So it's like you, and not necessarily Rick, but yes, also Rick, you've been all these places and you've done all these different things. And it's like, well, I haven't done that stuff.
Well, you can do it now.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't, but like I said, the things in your past are your past. You can't really, like, you can only move forward from the day that you have your commitment. But I was interested to see what your sisters also thought of body count when it came to, like, their significant other or even the person that they're, like, dealing with at the time.
Yeah, ladies, how does that play in for y'all?
In my perspective, I don't think body count matters. Because basically, not everybody, but there's people who have a past, you know what I mean? But it doesn't define the person that you are now. People have had, a whole phase, but
escort jobs.
Yeah, once you have that connection with someone, it doesn't even matter anymore. Now you're focused on that one individual. So I don't ask that question.
I don't know. It's a thing that now these young people asking about body counts and all that. That's why I brought it up. I don't think it doesn't matter to me, as long as you're with me now and you're faithful. I don't care what you did in your past. It gives you a little bit more experience. You know how to do more stuff. I'm just saying.
Bow chicka bow.
And I feel like it's really society that's what matters and what doesn't, and in actuality, it really doesn't matter, because a person could be with that one person and still, catch something,
Mm-hmm.
So you can still be careful regardless of your body count.
Yeah, sure. Not to go back to what we were discussing, like if you give it to me too soon, once we're done and I'm zipping up,
oh shit!
I'm gonna shake my head again and be like,
no.
You filthy.
That's what I'm saying, man. No, man.
And if you're holding back, trying to say I want to wait, I'm gonna offer you an ecstasy. Then we'll talk later.
You're gonna build copy here?
Oh shit!
Well, I want her to be awake. I want her to be awake.
Oh, it's different. It's a little bit different.
This gotta guide.
One's based on feeling, one's based on unconsciousness. There's a difference.
You just gotta guide it. You just gotta ease it into there, right? Nah, come on, bro. You
Exactly. One's guiding, one is taking that choice away. It's a whole different thing.
Homelander Al again. Homelander Al again.
All right.
Example 470.
Go to sleep.
Damn
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
What's up, lady? Look at black guy.
Never
You'll take
fails,
me in
bro.
the morning.
Never fails.
Yeah, the body count thing definitely doesn't matter. I mean, why shit? Why
No.
shit?
I want to say though, if you were like a porn star or like an escort or like a prostitute or something like that, now that might be the line. That might be the line that's drawn. Oh no, we could do stuff.
I mean,
But as far as
no,
like
she could do stuff to me, but I like do stuff to you.
as far as like settling down, getting married,
No, I've said that before. I actually had an ex-girlfriend get really upset with me because I wouldn't date her. Like, I wouldn't be an item with her, like, on a consistent basis because she wasn't a stripper. She was like, I am a cocktail server at a strip club. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, you show your ass for more money. Like, so as far as I'm concerned, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably a little bit different now. I probably definitely would because, I mean, bringing the money, like, if I could get paid to do that, I probably would. But back in the day, it was a little bit different. I was like, look, I'm not going to.
There's a market for that. Don't underestimate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. With OnlyFans and everything, it's a whole new game. But
no, I'm not saying like I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying like I don't know if we can like be together. Like we're gonna get married.
Even okay, so even if she was like one of them nice ones up in I don't even know where, but you know, they have some prostitutes in some places that have like their papers and they go get their health checks. So even if she was like a health certified, you know, had all her papers that she was clean, you still wouldn't.
well, that's a whole nother
You know
question.
what?
Like,
That's
you talk about
papers.
like podcasters like Adam 22.
Yeah. Nah, it's different.
Like he's out there,
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
no,
a thing for
yeah.
them. Like they're going out there and marketing that. Like, hey, come bang this.
Yeah.
Come bang us.
Man, for all I know, she typed that paperwork up in her fucking apartment, and that bitch has AIDS. All right. I think everybody has AIDS, so let alone the fucking shirt. Or
No, Dice makes a good point though. No, Dice makes a good point. I'm not gonna sit here and say no, there's no way, but I don't know. That would make me like feel some
Would you
kind
go
of
to the
way.
bunny
Like,
ranch and hit one, Marcus?
On my way to the bunny ranch.
Like I said, that's a whole
Yeah.
conversation to be had. That
No,
depends on
that's
your, I
just-
guess, y'all's chemistry, your experience with one another. Like, if that's something y'all kind of talk about and you're like, okay, is this really where we want to take this? It's like having an open relationship. You know, it's not something that one of you can do.
you saw what they did with Lamar
That's
Odom.
clapping.
I don't know if you want to go with the bunny ranch.
No, I'm saying that's clapping cheeks, bro. That's cheek clapping. That's not
whole
like
different.
proposals,
That's
marriages,
all-
and all that shit.
So then,
Like we're gonna be together. You're gonna take my name, type shit. Like I don't know. That's different. Like clapping cheeks is one thing. Settling down, getting married to like I don't know, like a famous porn star. Could you do
hell
it?
no.
Like could you do it as a man?
No, with all that DNA still on her, no thanks.
That's what I'm saying. Knowing she's going to work, coming home covered. Like,
You can't.
oh,
lie.
hey, how was your day? I don't want to know. I'm not going to ask you
Like
how your day
even
at
like,
work was.
but even like an OnlyFans model, like that doesn't necessarily mean they're a porn star to me. Because like you're not fucking people.
Now, some of those girls are with their boyfriends doing that shit. So you can't.
Yeah.
really-
Or if you're like a cam girl or something, if you're getting naked, like that's like Playboy or something. I don't see that as the same thing. But if you're fucking dudes like consistently,
I think that's the difference, though. Like, are you out there just accepting applications, or are you out there with people that you would be engaging in that activity with anyway?
There was a recent, I don't remember if it was a retired NFL or NBA player and his wife went back on, made an OnlyFans because, you know, he wasn't bringing in money.
oh yeah, Joe Smith, yeah.
Oh, so you know.
Joe Smith was like the number one pick back in the day. You know
I
Joe
was like,
Smith.
that
He
sounds like
played
an
for
alias.
the Timberwolves. He played for a bunch of teams.
Oh, that
yeah,
guy.
you know, yeah, mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
And he got mad when his wife went back to OnlyFans.
yeah, because he wasn't bringing him home.
Well, she
the
gotta-
paper. It was War Machine too.
You got to make that money.
War Machine was with Christy Mack, and he, you know, damn near
He
killed
couldn't
her.
handle. He couldn't handle that. You saw what he did to her.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. That it messes with a certain dude's psyche. So, I mean, you just got to know who you are if you're gonna get into something like that. To like marry him, come on.
to go to the body, to go back to the body count thing, if you're asking for that, you're probably, if you're harping on it, if the body count means something to you, you're more than likely insecure.
Exactly.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I got the biggest PP in the world.
It's huge.
I don't give a damn. All right. So you can tell me whatever story you want. I'm not going to believe it. As far in my book, I'm the biggest PP in your world. That's that.
That's what I'm saying. Don't start asking questions you won't like the answers to. Like,
Yeah,
if
for
you start
sure.
walking down that road and then you hear some shit that you can't unhear, it doesn't go well from there.
Worse is unknown. Like you just can't unknow that shit.
What what's that? Why is body count shunned on females, but it's not shunned on men?
Well,
I think it is.
That was
I
standard.
think it is.
Yeah, absolute double standards.
standard.
Like I wouldn't say that.
Men can't get straight out. How about that? How does that sound?
I wouldn't say that it is, though. I would definitely say that a high body count definitely shows reckless irresponsibility in males, too. It's just definitely looked at wholly different. But I will say this, like, I had a guy, like, the guy that I knew that was up there, like, hundreds, like, couple hundred. Like, he had some stories, and they were not all tens. So, I mean, like, it doesn't always mean good things, and guys still celebrate it. Like, some of the choices that he made during that trek to 200 were questionable. But guys are like, yo, this guy is like, there were so many. Like, it's not a good thing always. It's really not.
Most people are going to be honest about their body count. Guys are going to over-exaggerate. Girls are going to lie. So if a guy tells you something, you want to subtract. If a girl tells you something, you want to multiply.
I've always kind of heard that, but I think women do. I think they do care about a man's body count. 100% they care. It may not be judged the same way out loud. Men will celebrate their friends' accomplishments, so to speak, and women not always, but in a lot of cases will kind of shame their friend for hitting a particular dude. Like, you know what I mean? You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I think women will care. Like, especially a woman of respect, she's not going to settle down with a dude that she doesn't respect his body count for whatever reasons it may be.
Guys will get called a player by girls, but the girls will still secretly want to sleep with them. They just won't talk to their friends about it.
It's double standards, man. But those are all over the place in everyday life.
I'm just saying, they won't say that shit to their friends. They're not like, yo, I want to sleep with that dude that goes out and swinging his dick around. But they know that they do. They'll say, oh, that guy's a player. That guy's a player. But then at the end of the day, they know where they want to be.
What do you think, baby? I mean, what do you think of that? Are they a player?
Yeah, am I being an asshole here?
I mean, yeah,
I've
you're
done that once.
Sean. But
I was going to say I've done that once or twice, but specifically on this.
Like I said before, it made me a little jealous to not be there experiencing it with that person also, like, together. But I don't think it makes you a player. I think, like, everybody does things on their own, and that's how they want to handle it. Then that's to each his own.
Party.
But I tell all my friends about the cute guy that I want to sleep with. If there's one, like, I guess body count doesn't, like, it matters, but it's not something that I'm going to hold against somebody.
Even if he's that they all talk shit about.
I mean, I've never liked somebody. I always talk shit about them with them. Always talking shit too about that guy, I guess. So I can't relate, but.
So, being that it's Valentine's Day coming up, I want to ask anyone, does anyone have special plans? Does Valentine's Day mean anything to you?
I'd completely forgotten.
Short but sweet, huh? Short but sweet.
Hey, Sean, straight up, you guys have all seen the big hit. Come on. And I know Mike is going to go ahead and show the flash here, but it's the scene where, however you say his name, Bokeem Wood, however you say his name, he kisses his hands. He's like, I said, handle it. I need lanolin, not aloe vera.
Yo, nigga, I said it should have some lanolin in it, not some goddamn aloe vera bullshit, motherfucker. Get it straight.
I spend a lot of time by myself. I know exactly how I like things.
How I like
It's gonna be a great day. I'm gonna take myself out to dinner. I know I'm gonna get late.
Oh, shit. You ready again? You ready again? You ready? Come on, go.
Fantastic. Maybe some candles. They get steak.
I'll tell them to go.
We're gonna go to Melting Pot. It's a escape. I don't have to take the kids. I don't have to take the kids when we go to Melting Pot. So that's where we go. That's where we've gone the last few years. And I love fondue. Usually we do it like 3 times a week at home. And when I'm there, I don't have to prepare everything. What it means, I guess, like, honestly, it's just another day, but it's an excuse to like spend time with just us. We're both busy. He works all the time. I'm here with the kids all the time. They're doing homeschool now. So other than like the hour and a half, 2 hours we get when we're laying in bed at night, we don't really get a lot of just us time. So it's an excuse to, be able to do something for each other. And not only that, be able to, engage just with each other and not have all the constant distractions and stuff.
It's a day they'll believe that they have to leave you alone if you tell them.
Oh, well, no, they don't have a choice. I tell them, leave me alone.
It is Valentine's. Get the hell out of here.
It's my day.
It's my day.
Yeah,
It's
like
not just
I
Tuesday.
don't celebrate my birthday. Like I don't it's my birthday. We have a cake. We don't do nothing fancy. Valentine's Day is pretty much like our day of the year that we take and spend just for us too. And then, it's important for me, it's important to the kids too, because especially young kids, they don't always have a significant other in their life to get them things, but love is important for everyone. And at the end of the day, that's what Valentine's Day is about. It's about love for everyone in your life. So we always go out and get them chocolates and stuffies and a new blanket or something and make sure that everyone is acknowledged, and it's not just about us as a couple either.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. I think that's something that gets missed about Valentine's Day. Everybody really extends it mostly and primarily to significant others, but like that part gets missed a lot. The familial love, and brotherly love, like it's something to also be explored. Like that part I can get with, but yeah, as far as like the relationship, the one-on-one, like it's trash Hallmark bullshit. Go ahead.
No, Shirley.
I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day. February 14th is just Wednesday for me, but I do agree with these guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's not just about with your significant other. It's about with your family, your friends, just expressing, your love to them, how grateful you are to have them in your life. And that's it. You can spend it however you want to. You can have your little Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
If you want to, use that. Yeah, that would be really cool. You can celebrate it however you want. I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, traditionally, in our household, we celebrated Valentine's Day as a family. So when my dad was alive, he made sure he took us all out to dinner, and he would always send me either flowers or chocolate covered strawberries to make sure that I felt special. So that's what we're doing. So I got the kids some chocolates and stuff like that, and that's what I'm doing. But so this year, though, Valentine's falls on Ash Wednesday. So that, Kibosh is the big celebration about Valentine's Day.
So you sinners take your ass to church.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, I mean,
welcome back.
The day. My bad. I don't know. We'll probably go out to dinner or something. But as far as the day itself, it's like what everybody else is saying. It's a day to show the people you love them, care about them. I mean, you should be doing that every day of the year. But it's nice to single out one day and kind of make that the focus of the day. And it's a cool little holiday, I guess I'd say that being in a relationship, if I wasn't in one, maybe I wouldn't care as much. But as far as my lady's concerned, I want her to feel like it matters, because it does, because she matters. So.
Aw.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're not in a relationship, but if you're in a relationship, it better matter. You can't forget about it and just be like, screw Valentine's, because they won't be thinking the same thing. I guarantee you.
I asked Dice to be my Valentine a month ago.
I totally agree with that, brother.
That's a great point. That is a great
I thought you were just
point.
like, fuck Valentine's. You thought what?
Definitely not gonna forget it.
Drink a bottle of soju, run around naked, probably eat some cheese fondue of one another, you know.
Oh, I don't want to have that visual.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a perfect relationship to me. You just wake up on Valentine's Day just a little bit freakier, and like from breakfast, you start like fucking with each other, just like pouring syrup on each other, and just like you don't make it away from the dinner table without, or the breakfast table without.
Gotta lick it.
It's just a crazy day. You're just like, man, remember last Valentine's Day? That shit was nuts. That's a good Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's great. It's like great. Well,
I mean, too, I think that it's a big part of like it. Yeah, Hallmark holidays in one sense really suck. I'm 50-50 with them. They really suck because they just have this representation that's just sort of meant to like keep our economy churning and whatnot during those positions at a time. I mean, and all of that.
Like Christmas.
Like Christmas is the worst of it, of course. I mean, they don't call it Black Friday because it celebrates Black people, unfortunately. It's because it gets all those companies back into the black because we're out spending stupid money. But the other half of it is it breaks up the monotony of life for us. You know, we have this quote unquote 12-month calendar, even though it's supposed to be 13, right? But you have, at least it gives you, it's another thing to sort of look forward to. You know what I mean? You look forward to, it's something to break the monotony and give you focus and drive even just for a minute. And it doesn't have to be that significant. You know what I mean? I just don't like, a lot of times for me, when I can't do something for someone on a given holiday or their birthday or something like that, to anyone, I feel bad. You know what I mean? So that part of it, like making it drive into it get away from the thought thing. I like to make memories instead of give gifts. To make an example, I'd rather us go somewhere, go to the beach, stay at the hotel, go get on a cruise ship. You know what I mean? Let's go take a random flight somewhere new. That kind of thing to me is way more significant than a fucking Christmas present or like a Valentine's gift or something like that.
You guys are all doing Valentine's Day gifts from me. You guys are all going to be receiving chocolate shaped penises.
Yeah, I like it.
Hot. Gotcha.
No.
You sure?
Nope. Solid.
Nah, you can keep it.
Solid.
Nah, you can keep it, bro. You had me that first half.
Send
of it.
pictures of when you're eating them. Post it in the comments.
You sure
I'm
don't
sorry
have
for
me,
some
bro.
chocolate salty balls as well.
Al, you had me, bro, and I forgot this is fucking homework. Like you actually had me, and I was believing you.
That is on you. I was gonna say,
that's my fault.
Well,
yeah, that's
now
my
you know
fault.
what you did wrong.
I should have known the messenger. Yeah, the messenger.
Well, hey, it was fun having everybody on. I appreciate everybody being on. Thanks again, Dice, Tammy, and Shirley. We hope to have you guys on.
Happy Valentine's Day, ladies.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Have fun with yourself. Enjoy it.
Be sure to let us know if Valentine's Day means to you. Also, check out our merch. It's in our bio, along with my nephew Nate's artwork as well.
Yes, sir. And to check out NISH, the producer of our intro and outro track. It's called Trap Sex. You can find his music on YouTube and SoundCloud.
Yes. So signing off, I'm Al, Marcus, Rick, Sean, Dice, Tammy, Shirley. Peace.
Love you guys.
Later.